Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, welcome to the MEA FEAI Grand Fest 1. And we're going to be diving into the Swiss qualifiers, or you can say the best of three series of matches. We're going to be going into the first match of the evening, which is going to be between Ether Holmes and FEAI, which is obviously one on the blue and one on the right side. Myself, I am Ray, finally getting a chance to cast here, of course, and joining me is, of course, the beautiful, one of the best female casters in India, right? It's going to be Sarah joining me. So, Sarah, happy to have you again.
Good evening, everyone, and we are finally back tonight. Starting off with the round of 64, and two amazing teams are right here in front of us, presenting the first BO3 for tonight. It's going to be Ether Holmes, like Ray mentioned, on the blue side, and Team TK Pai on the red side. And for the bans, as for now, we can see the Matilda and the Yusujin getting banned out in the first ever debut of the 10 ban system in the MEA x FEAI Grand Fest 1 tournament.
Yeah, and with it, I'm excited to see because it's been a while, I've gotten a chance to cast for actually TK because, they're actually a team from Guanti City itself. I know all of them personally, so it's been a while since I've seen them because, I usually get to, lately we've had like other bigger tournaments which focus on the top teams, so it's nice to have a tournament where the other teams are also getting the chance to shine. So with it, let's see. Or just like I mentioned, the draft has already been done over here, and we're most likely just going to be seeing the meta picks coming in because looks like both of the teams, both of the sides have good knowledge about the meta and the standings. So let's just wait out here and see what bans do they have, because of course it's, at least for the side of Atriums, I can't really predict them because I don't know any of them for now. So let's see what they do in this first game here, Sarah.
Yep, exactly. And as we can see, the bans so far are quite the meta bans moving on. It is going to be the Lanzo getting taken out along with the Yisunshin, like we mentioned. But then again, Team TK by here, they need to take out on the other lanes as well. They either need to pick or ban the CC, the Iritha. The 1-1 has already been taken out, it's a good decision right there. The Kadita is also a very viable choice, along with the Karutkacha or maybe the Fulvius.
Fair point, because I was just about to actually mention, you said Kadita, I was just about to mention that there's another fish, which is obviously the Kalia, will get banned out. No surprises there for me because these picks are still considered really top priority over here. On the other side, the 1-1 ban is, I would say, it is only banned if there is a person that would utilize it. She's like the territory of a fanny, right? Because banning out 1-1 for no reason, I wouldn't think it would be like useful, because there are other simpler marksmen that many people can go for, like Nathan, Granger, and of course the Irithel, the priority and the favorable pick. So I do think the side of TCAP High have done their own share of research, making sure they ban out heroes that the other side is very comfortable with. But with it, we are done with the first phase of the bans, and we're going to be seeing what picks the side of Aether Homes is going to be picking up for themselves. I'm really curious to see if they're just going to go for the EXP, and they do. Of course, it's going to be the Lapu Lapu, the top EXP pick. On the other side, though, what can they pick up? Because the Fasa is open, the Zushin's open, of course, a lot of picks still left out.
Exactly so. Like, the bans, they're definitely good, but this does leave a lot of options for TK Bhai to pick up right here. They still have the Jukshin, they have the Farsa, they have the Kadita, they have the CC to be picked up in the EXP lane, or maybe even the Uranus or the Esmeralda, just to out-rotate that Lapu Lapu. Even on towards the gold, they definitely have the Irithel still left open, provided they are comfortable with playing it. But then again, they really need to prioritize on two lanes, which they know are going to be winning out in today's draft for now.
Yeah, Sarah, and they actually prioritize. Oh, there we go. I'm so happy. Of course, it's the Jushin coming in, but interestingly enough, a Dairoth priority. Not something that is common, but not something I can say exactly that is a bad choice either. But I would say it would matter when we see the rest of the picks, because it would obviously centralize around it how good this Gyrot would be with that EXP lane. Right now, his position looks like he just wants to win the lane, is my thought process. But other than that, not sure how much he can contribute to the team fight stuff. So obviously the Farsa will go into the other hands. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, of course, I would love to mention the fact that this is, after all, MEA X FEAI Grand Fest, and it's a tournament where there are going to be multiple other genres of tournament happening, not just for mobile 5v5. It's gonna be BGMI, I think it's FC means FIFA, right? FIFA Cup PC, and chess and Dota 2 as well. And that LAN would be happening on the 16th, 17th, and 18th October, up to 8 teams. So this is a major event because, of course, LAN events are not that common yet, even now. So huge shout out for the hands of MEA X FEI for making this possible, because, of course, LAN opportunities are so rare. So I'm looking forward to which teams will make it. So anyway, Sarah, they pick up the Irithel. What do you think they will pick up next right now?
Exactly. So you are quite right about that. And I was thinking about the God of Kacha in the back of my mind just to jump on that Forza when she uses up the Feather Air Strike. And I think TK Bai read into that and locked in a hero. So far, both drafts are looking quite strong. And just to mention, Ray, we are going to have a Swiss stage to finalize the top qualifiers up until the top 8 for this tournament. And the round of 64 is going to be one of the criteria as to whoever wins a BO3 will be qualifying for the Swiss stage. So obviously teams need to go all out tonight in order to secure a spot in that Swiss stage. And obviously TK Bai here, they seem to be in full form. They have already banned out on the Fanny. They are looking forward to taking out possibly another jungler. Maybe the Fredrin would be a decent choice. While Team Ether Homes here, they are banning out on the Hayabusa to keep the Farsa as well as the Irithel safe. Maybe their next ban could be a Moskov just to enable that Irithel to have some advantage in her lane.
Absolutely, and I don't know how I forgot about the Gatot Kacha, because I sometimes do. Hylos and Gatot usually stay open these days, and they're still a very solid pick. Fasa will obviously, just like you mentioned, will have to. Oh, okay, a Ling ban. Yeah, they definitely have done their homework, because there's no way you would be banning Ling suddenly without obviously knowing the other side has it up on their sleeve. So with it, just like you were mentioning, the Fredrin is open left out, but so is the Xborg. Oh, looks like they don't want to go for the utility. Instead, they will prioritize on the assassins instead. And the Nolan might show up tonight. And it's going to be an interesting choice at least. But let's see. They're still making up their mind. They have yet to pick up the marksman. And it's going to go for the Claude. Not a bad choice overall, Sarah. But I do think Claude loses out in the late game, that's for sure. So they have to make sure that their draft composition relies on that early to mid phase and they utilize it to the maximum potential right now. Or else it's not gonna be looking good once they hit the later phase, and the Irithel will just burst them out of existence, because after all, that heavy crossbow, not to mention it's not even about late game. Once she gets the Berserker's Fury, the heavy crossbow hits so hard that most of the marksmen can only take 2 shots per hit until they have yet to retreat with 1 HP. So the Claude pick is not a bad pick. It's obviously, you have to make sure you organize it well, you win the early and you win the mid game, and you don't delay it to the point that Irithel gets her full build. And if that happens, you're going to be really, really punished for all the misbehavior you'll be obviously causing them in the early phases by poking them, disturbing them. But of course, with it, the Xbox, just like I was mentioning, does show up, Sarah.
Well said right there. And honestly, the draft from the side of Ether Homes is now actually looking pretty good. The Kufra can set up very well for the Farsa, and the Xborg will have a lot of damage to kite that Garot Kacha as well as the Deroth, and they would be rendered quite useless if they extend a team fight too much. Even the Irithel will have a lot of damage, but on the side of THB, they picked up on Nolan, and he needs to go towards the backline and burst out the Irithel or the Farsa, or at least try and take down the Xborg's shield. So obviously both teams here have a very equal draft right now, and whatever is possible for them is to be seeing who gets the advantage in the team fights. Whoever does, the team fight will be theirs, and obviously they would have an advantage, especially in the early to mid game.
Absolutely, and right now, since the draft has been done, we will most likely dive into the game pretty soon. I love the poster that they've made of us. But yeah, round of 64, ladies and gentlemen, it's the MEA x FEAI Grandfest 1. Just like Sarah mentioned, of course, and we've discussed that this is the round of 64, and then we'll have the Swiss stages where these teams will qualify for the top. And there we go into the Land of Dawn. This is going to be the first match of this best of 3 series, Swiss qualifiers. And ladies and gentlemen, let's just dive into the game because, of course, the draft is already done, the players are ready, and the rotations should be made pretty soon. And I do think the Jushin will most likely win out the early game, at least Sarah. So anyway, yeah, in the casting desk, myself, Ray, and I'm joined by Sarah.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn, and we are seeing a very neutral, very slow start on towards the mid side. Both the tanks annoying each other's mages, and they are doing it quite well. So obviously, the mid, it's a very neutral case. We don't need to talk about that. On towards the gold side, though, the Irithel seems to be having a bit of an easier time against the Claude in terms of playing aggressive just because of that physical defense reduction from her first kill. So she is going to be performing quite well. As for the junglers, TKBI, they are going in for the gold lane rotation to support their gold laner because they know what a Claude can do if he gets the farm all right from the beginning. While the X-Borg is also doing the same because the Irithel does the same work after all.
Yeah, and with it, I do think their early focus should be goal lane for both of these teams. But at the same time, it's exactly, obviously, it can be easy to set on theory, but I'm actually interested on the XP lane as well. Usually, oh, look at the poke already happening into the mid phase. Is that a first blood?
Oh, Jushin does burst out the Firaga armor right there. The Garkat is also going to be caught out very low, but both the teams will safely disengage. However, it is going to be a major disadvantage at the turtle fight because the Xbox doesn't have his shield, and Diroth is perfectly chunking down cutting the waves. But look at that, the first blood getting secured by Nolan right there onto the Kufra. No front line for the side of Ether Homes, and they are going to be caught so far back from the turtle, and that should be an easy objective secure for the side of TKBI. There comes the lasting insanity though. Not much damage being dealt. Diroth trying to use up the ultimate. A good flicker. Tyrant's Rage coming in from Kufra right there, but the kill will be taken on X-Borg instead. Lapu Lapu with the Bravest Fire trying to deal some damage, but Gareth Kaja will manage to safely escape with the use of his passive.
That was a really close call for the Kacha. The Kufra really came in with a good engage, but of course, they didn't have enough damage, or neither did he. Was level 4, so of course he can't really go for that slam into the wall and just stun them around. So it was kind of, ultimately, it did not really bring up much value. So with that, 2 kills down the drain for the hands of course, TK Pai. And the side of Ether Homes, oh, they also take out the Kufra again and again. AOG forced into the bottom lane though, look at that.
Oh, we can see the engage coming in. Gareth Kaja secured the kill onto the far side, and the lasting insanity will take down Diroth this time, and also Gareth Kaja getting that double kill for the Xborg, a much needed double kill for the side of Ether Homes. But both the teams have a 2-for-2 trade right at that. But look at the Irithel. Jushin, oh, that is so unfortunate. The Jushin just walked inside the tower. How sad, but the Irithel, she did manage to pick up a kill on that. So obviously, Team TKBI here will be at a bit of a disadvantage, especially the gold lane. Look at that, the damage and output already. There comes the Blazing Duet, but it won't be of much use.
At least one good thing is that the side of Ether Homes, they are a little bit of bouncing back with the 3-4, right? Because they were on a 0 state right now. Oh, look at that. They might prioritize on Nolan, look at.
Oh, we can see the engages coming in once more. The Xborg very deep into the backline will be taken down because of that over-aggression. But now, Team TKBI also did not manage to lose any of their lives. So that is actually a very good thing for them.
Yeah, and with it, you can clearly see that the side of TKBI have went back again and got their dominance overall. But, sorry. I do think the first hurdle, it should easily go into the hands of Nolan despite whoever was dominating or not, because of a simple reason that, oh, they're really pressing into the bot lane. The Blazing Duet comes in, but I don't think they're gonna get a kill because not enough damage just yet, but they do pressure them back. So yeah, this hurdle should be on that. Oh, look at that, Dasara.
Oh, the feathered airstrike does manage to deal enough damage for the Elastic Insanity to actually secure that kill. Kufra here seems to be missing a jump on an AI. That is not good. But okay, it's fine. Things happen and the Jukshin seems to be lagging at the moment. They should request a pause and fix this ASAP. However, they aren't able to do that due to some communication issues, but it is okay because for now, TK Bai is actually TK. They are doing their best to stay in the competition and stay in the match and actually winning out on those pickoffs, Ray.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, and I don't know why though. I think he's not exactly completely disconnected. He's just slightly laggy, and because of that, he's just walking and walking straight into those turrets. A little bit sad to see, of course, because it's Zushin, but it's all good though, because I do think they're still going really ahead, and 5 to 6. And also they have 1,000 gold lead. Okay, Zushin will again proceed to. It's kind of good because right now she's on 032, you know, and basically she's not gonna be giving out that much gold, and instead, almost corpse become a corpse. That's a funny name to choose actually. You should not be doing that. You're you're manifesting it, bro. Come on, make it a little bit lively. Looks aside though, they're trying to pressure the bot lane most likely just to make sure, because after all, Zerot is not exactly the best lane clearer, but oh. Yeah, just poking overall HP exchanges everywhere onto the map, Sarah.
Exactly so. And honestly, at this point, the goal difference is practically non-existent because every time TK Bai gets a kill, they are just getting compensated by Jukshin walking under the towers, and there comes another blazing duet as well as the feathered airstrike. Claude will manage to escape out of the situation, but Farsa will be the one losing her life. But on towards the mid side, we can see the Derot trying to 1v3 and actually sustaining all of that thanks to his vengeance. But right now, just because of Jukshin going AFK, Team TKBI is losing out completely on the early advantage that they had.
Absolutely, and Jushin is not just, what do you say, oh, they're really pressuring into that, and they might just take out the Gatot Kacha over here. No, that is the Deerth, my bad. He was completely covered because he's so short, but oh, he is trying to retreat, and he most definitely will, unless the damage comes in. Oh, Farsa, and double kill secured for Corpse at the price of Lapu Lapu. Still going in though.
Exactly so. But look at that, Team TKBI is falling behind now, especially because the Irithel is online with her itemization. Windtalker, the House Claws, and she is building on towards the Berserker, and that is obviously going to give her an edge. This is just so unfortunate to see the Jukshin not being able to do anything despite their draft being so much more favorable. And I honestly do not know why they are not requesting for a pause, unless, of course, the rules mention that connectivity issues would not be entertained unless absolutely reported so.
I have a question. If he's having internet issues, shouldn't he just stay at the base? That is actually like that is what I'm curious about. He's constantly coming into the mid lane, so that's a little bit weird, you know. But overall, I think the Darius might get taken down over here. Look at the pressure they're really dealing. The Earfell is fully online, and it's not looking good because look at that. The Zushin keeps on walking to the mid lane. I'm not sure, but overall, she's right now gonna be giving no more gold because of course 7 deaths already. 7 is the maximum because right now the system will count this as feeding, I think. But oh, look at the pressure coming in with the Katokacha into the mid lane, but it's not gonna be enough. He'll get taken down too.
The AOG did manage to land, but he is the one who got taken down because nobody from his team was there to provide the backup. The main damage dealers are busy split pushing in order to try and secure some kind of edge for their team to actually stay alive in this match, because at this point, honestly, Ether Holmes is just chilling on the map all over, getting any kill that they want. But if you look at the map, I think Jukshin is finally back.
Yeah. Finally, she's like maneuvering around the map on a different phase than just going to her death in the mid lane. Damn, my voice. But yeah, into the top lane, they're trying to put the pressure in. I think the side of Lapu Lapu will win it out, but oh, Claude is there though. Oh.
Oh, we can see the engages coming in. They're off trying to 1v1 the Lapu, and both of them don't seem to be dying. So obviously here, oh, look
Oh,
at the Kufra
Kufra.
with the Flicker Tyrant's Rage once again. It did manage to get two of them, and the Cloud is getting caught out. It dodges the lasting insanity, will sprint out of the situation. The AOG connecting onto the X-Borg, will try to take him down. This time around, once more the tides have turned for the side of TK by. They are coming back into the game. Juxin is back. 3 down from the side of Ether Holmes, while the damage dealers do their job and secure the kills. But the
Damn.
lasting insanity will finish off Garut Kacha in that bush. Such an unfortunate little ending for Garut Kacha right there.
Yeah, and immediately retaliation came in. At least Dishin got avenged, right? And with Xbox down, basically, I do think taking him down wasn't necessary because right now they're gonna be losing the Lord. It's an easy steal because there's no one to take care of it. And with it, TKY, despite losing out the mid lane so many times, he's finally back. And with it, despite the score not favoring them, neither the gold, neither the turrets, they're back into the game with the Lord in their place, and they'll most likely be able to get a tier 2. And yeah, I think they've already gotten the tier 1 on the top and the tier 1 at the bottom, and so the right lane is gonna get pressured, so I do think they'll get a tier 2 much easier. But yeah, let's just see. We do have a few more seconds until they come in. Oh, look at the pressure that's being built up on the mid lane though. The Ross sustaining so much.
Oh, and look at the AOG once again landing very accurately, but none of them seem to be committing to that engage, and they are just waiting for the Lord to do its job, unaware of the fact that Irithel has already cleared out the Lord on towards the bot side. But the side of Team TKY seem to be more focused on the mid wave and giving Derot some of the backup. There comes his revenge right onto him. But nothing can stop a Derot. He is all tangled and he managed to escape so very easily. But he is taking in damage though. The Xborg still has the lasting insanity. Here comes Irithel getting marked by the Blazing Duet as well as Nolan's ultimate, and she will get taken down while the Weathered Airstrike will take down Gadulkata right under their faces. But Derot here will miss down the ultimate and has to back off. Both the teams lose one each, a 1-for-1 trade.
And with it, TKY has already bounced back, and they have made the dominance. Kufra, better watch out because he'll most likely get taken down by the Sky Piercer damage from the Snowland. With a Korean name, I will have to ask a Korean consultant regarding that. But yeah, jokes aside, 18-14 score right now, and they're just leading the game. And with it, looks like the dominance for Ether Homes has finally ended, and most likely we'll see their base getting dunked down by the hands of TKY, because look at that, all the tier 2s are down with a single turret, despite the fact that they had the whole mid lane to themselves. But right now it's all down the drain. 60 seconds left for the Lord, and it's most likely gonna go uncontested unless the side of Ether Homes decide to go very aggressive about it. But let's see, it's only been game number 1-2. But anyways, oh, look at the pressure they're building up into that purple buff. They do just retreat with the flicker and should not commit to it unless the Kufra might make a mistake here. No, he's just gonna go back. But overall, 40 seconds for the Lord. It's just a little bit of wait until we'll see the engage come in. Do you think Aether Homes will commit to it, Sarah?
I think they should, because at this moment there is only a 1.3k goal gap between the two teams, and Ether Homes definitely needs to capitalize on the fact that it is not too huge and commit to taking the Lord. But look at the Irithel though, trying to take down a Nolan. Actually doesn't have the sprint, so doesn't commit to getting the kill, and Nolan manages to escape safely. But that means that both the teams are now aware that the Lord fight is going to be the last dance for either of them, and they need to give it their all.
Absolutely, and with it, there comes the Lord, immediately spawned into the Land of Dawn, of course, and 18-4, 13 minutes into the game. Oh, they're pressuring into that Gone. Of course, the direct Gone is going to be gone, but oh, is he?
No, he manages to escape. Alclad in the back line with a blazing duet. We'll find Irithel one more, but the lasting insanity will take both of them down, completely tilting this match into the favor of Ether Homes. They lose two of their main heroes. TKY now on the back foot, still waiting for an opportunity to try and take down a Gale. But there comes the taunt, but the Nolan still very low to try and go for an engage. But the side of Ether Homes is also very low, but the God will be the one who goes down. And now Dukshin, the fourth to fall. Nolan, the only survivor, has to back off to try and look for something.
Oh, Farsa, that's not
get
good.
Farsa, she is unaware. If she gets the stun, it's over for Nolan. But no, both of them decide it's safe to just back off in the absence of their teams behind them.
I think both just agreed. Nah, it's better we let each other go because Nolan or Farsar either could have committed to it. They both had a mutual agreement. Nah, let's live. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. But overall, yeah, they're putting the pressure. Look at the damage that's coming in from Airtel as well. That was heavy crossbow, right? Yeah, it was heavy crossbow from player 1, and that's 664 damage hitting twice. That's not looking good for the hands of course, FEAI. They have to take into consideration of this marksman. Claude has been doing a really great job. Gabby has to, of course, go into the back lane, but look at that. Dishin try to flank, but it's going to be enough though.
Oh, not yet, not yet. The Erythel, though, she is losing her life because of the blade armor, but now she will find the Rod in the middle of it. Uses up her wind to protect herself from Nolan's ultimate, while Jokshin finds Lapu Lapu, a 2-for-2 trade so far. TK looking a little more healthy than the side of Ether Holmes. Claude with the blazing duet will find 2. Player 1, the only survivor, will get taken down and not surviving anymore. TK get the wipe out, and they should be able to end this. A huge wave is coming up the bottom lane, and realizing that they marched straight into the base. 10 seconds on the timer. Only Kufra, the only one coming back up, misses the jump, and the base is belonging to now Team TK.
Despite obviously the disturbances and of course the obstacle that they faced with their mid laner being a little bit AFK, their team stayed strong. They showed resilience and did not really care about it. They kept going despite the fact that player 1 basically had 8 kills throughout the game. That is an Erythel. They already had the upper hand, but still into 15 minutes of the game they were able to make the play and just end the game without even requiring a Lord right now, just going straight to the base and going for a complete wipeout. And because of it, it is really, what do you say, really interesting. The side of TK, they just showed their dominance while doing a 4 versus 5. I would say it was a lot of hard work done by Gabby because he was doing split lane push all over the map across. That's why the Lord actually focused into that far bottom lane, and because of it they were able to make that impact. Not to mention the Nolan as well. The Sky Basis stacks just came in handy because of course before the Zushin went offline he was still gathering a few kills, and it really came in clutch when the moment required them. So overall the side of TK, they're looking really good, and they just might get a clean sweep unless the side of Aether Homes, they can come up. Now I do think that draft wasn't an issue. I think the execution was it? Nah. It's not Aether Homes' fault. They played there. I don't think they played bad. I don't think they played anything below good either. They played better. But the side of course, TK just played the best right now, and they are just the clear winner of this first game in this best of 3 series of round of 64, aka the Swiss qualifiers, of course. So with it, we should be getting into the second game of draft anytime soon, of course, Sarah. Love your, what is it, the jacket?
Hey, it's a tribute to, the guy whose name starts with H. So
yes,
obviously,
yes,
yep,
got it.
It's quite a favorite of mine. So obviously here, Team TK, even with such a huge disadvantage for nearly 5 to 6 minutes, the Junction being AFK, I think they did a pretty good job of coming back in that one single team fight on towards the top side where they got 4 kills and they just managed to secure the first lot. That was, I think, the big turning point for the side of THB to just secure that game in their favor. And
absolutely.
Team Ether Homes just need to focus a little bit more on towards their draft and maybe on the right pickoffs if they want to come back and settle the score for a 1-1.
Absolutely right, Sarah. And with it, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going into the game number 2, of course, best of 3 series round of 64, aka Swiss qualifiers. Right now, we just witnessed the side of TK get the first game despite having a little bit of an issue internal on once in their end. They came out on the top by playing just a little bit better, right? But with it, let's see if Aether Homes can change up their draft and maybe they can actually show up some cards and push it to a game number 3. Or else TK, despite having one member AFK for most of the game, they were just able to win it out. Let's see what the Force of 5 can bring it. Or the side of Aether Homes might just make a little bit of a comeback too, because of course we love to see game 3s, game 5s, game 7s, right, Sarah, of course. But let's see. We also like to see sweep because it really determines which team is just much stronger too.
Exactly. So, and honestly, sweeps makes our work a little bit easier too, but that's not the point. We are all professional people here. But the side of TK Bhai once again going for a Phobius ban, like we mentioned in the previous match. And also the 1-1 got taken out, which means they could be aiming for a Lancelot on towards the first pick. If Team Ether Holmes reads up on that, they will definitely be banning out the Lancelot as well as the Yusufshin on towards their first ban, since they have already taken out a Matilda. And the side of THP just needs to finish it off with maybe a CC or maybe just a Garot Kacha or Jukshin ban in their own favor.
I do think the Zushin ban, I mean, despite the fact that Zushin was offline, whenever Zushin was present in your team fights, it was a hassle for them because, of course, that's what Zushin really brings. She lifts people up. She lifts me up, right? Jokes aside, though, I do want to focus into the fact that I do think Gabby played really phenomenal because despite the fact that the mid laner was not available, which is a very crucial point for a marksman, I think the Claude pick just worked out wonders because Claude is one of those marksmen that kind of can be played solo. It doesn't really matter what your rest of the team is doing. You have a really high mobility. You can rotate around the map much faster, and you can just really play things into your favor. And getting back to the point, of course, Sarah, I think these 3 bans are actually target bans for the hands of course, Ether Homes, because last game we had the same bans from the hands of TK Bai as well. So I think they're just prioritizing on their main heroes, and they have done the research, just like I said, right? But let's see if Ishinshin is going to be left out open or will most likely get banned out. The Kalia is still open though, so it's interesting. They might just pick up the Kalia as well because, of course, her utility, her heals, and not to mention her beautiful pick-off potential with the Tsunami Slam is just really disgusting for the opposing side. But yeah, they're gonna be going with the Kalia instead because maybe I glitched her too hard. But they have to remember that Yishinshin is open as well. So Yishinshin for Dishin. No, it's actually gonna be the Yishinshin is actually Korean. So a Korean name picking it up. It's actually poetic. Lower accurate.
Quite right about that, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, the Garot Kacha and the Jushin comes in right away for the side of, Team Ether Homes. And picking up on the fact that the 1-1 and Irithel are banned out, Gabby will obviously be looking to take in that juicy little Granger pick. The one marksman who is so good and in the lane that he never goes out of meta despite receiving 100 different nerfs. But then again, I'm just blazing him because he's my favorite. But judging from the fact that it's a Jukshin and a Garot Kaja who have a lot of tankiness and mobility, they might just decide to change their mind and go in for a more DPS kind of marksman. Even though they have the Assumption, it is still a good choice to pick up on a second MM who would be able to dish out the DPS on towards the late game. And the Nathan here seems to be a very good choice, but no, they are going to be locking in the Granger. So good thing right there. On the side of Team Ether Homes though, they can still lock in on the Harith or the Moskov to try and win out the goal lane, because otherwise those 2 heroes are definitely getting banned on towards the second week. But if not, they should be looking for a possible roamer to be locked in right away.
Yeah, and the Granger is, of course, just like you mentioned, I was just about to say the fact that banning out in Airtel is just saying pick Granger because Airtel is the only concrete counter that you can pick up for a Granger, because obviously due to the mobility. So when you ban out the Airtel and you don't pick up the Granger for yourself, it's basically saying go ahead, pick it up. And I do think that might backfire unless you have possible counters for it, right? So let's just see what's gonna happen, because of course with it you pick up Uranus. Interesting enough, this is not a bad pick, but it will get melted really hard into the later phases once Granger, obviously, not even later phases, he can actually prioritize the Malefic Roar immediately into the third slot after getting that Sky Pace on that second one, of course. So we might just figure it out into the later phase. But anyways, I actually tried to search the name of Yushin. It's actually Choi Sang-ho, a really a very big photographer in South Korea, of course. So damn, he got a good taste from the hands of TK Bai. Respect to you if that's what you're going for. Because I mean, to be fair, Google Translate can, it can cause hiccups. So hope I'm right. It should be Choi Sang-ho. But anyways, 2 fish bans. Damn, that's crazy. Why with the fish hatred, guys? Come on. I mean, they're wolves, so technically they should love fishes. Their squad icon, it's a wolf. And Not sure why they're hating the fish though. Should leave out a fish. But yeah, I do think the far side still left out open, so we'll most likely get banned out here right now.
Yep, you are right, but sadly, Ray, it's hard to mention it, but fishes are always hated. Look at me, I'm a fish. I'm hated everywhere. But that's
You're a
okay.
fish?
I belong to fish state, right? I am a fish.
I knew it, but I wanted to go along. But yeah, anyways.
Anyhow, as for the drops right now, I think TK definitely has the advantage, especially because of the Granger and the Yusunshin. Just a placer, don't mind me. But then again, on the side of
issues.
Aether Homes, they do have the Fanny this time in their favor. Will they actually lock in even though Fanny is so nerfed right now, or are they going to be picking up on a different assassin? The Joy could be a good choice. Even a fighter jungle might also be a pretty decent choice. Maybe just the Fredrin could be picked up. But then again, they decide to lock in on the Moscow right away, which is once again a decent pick on towards the goal lane against the Granger if he manages to just dodge the bullets and get the early farm which he needs. As for the side of TK Bhai though, they do need a mage which can shred the Uranus and the Garth Kacha, possibly the Lunox, maybe the Luowi or Valir, and even Sicilian works, but that just means you're gonna have two stackable heroes on your team, which is a bit of a downside, especially for the early game.
Yeah. But later phase, they're gonna be rocking because he's looking like a rock star, right, with that fit. But yeah, overall, it is kind of funny that the side of I don't know why I'm focusing on it, but the side of Alpha Homes, they just decided to ban out 3 aquatic creatures because that's a turtle. The tortoise to be fair. But yeah, last pick Fanny. I'm not really sure how good that would go. I would actually okay. They go with the Fanny. Let's see how good the Fanny's cables are because I'm gonna be honest with you. Fanny can basically go from SS tier to right down to F tier depending how good your cables are. If your opponents can stop you, and of course if you're able to get the kills in the early game, or if you don't get anything in the early phase, you're basically demoted to a downgraded version of a Zilong because that's the only thing you can do. Clear out lanes and just push the lane. And I would not recommend that. I would love to see a little bit of early game dominance. So hopefully the fan is sure because the other side does have the heals. So a full-on burst might not come into place that easily. But yeah, overall, let's see how the drops are done. I am liking both of them this time. Let's see how the executions are gonna be, of course. And what was it? I forgot. Our pictures are so different, but yeah, we're the same too. Mine is so serious. I just actually showed this picture to, of course, the guy you know who, and he just said, "Yeah, this will be the best one." But yeah, you look great too, and I love the specs, of course. But we should be going into the game anytime, Sarah. So of course, take it.
Yep. Yeah, honestly, like what you said about the draft there, the Fanny will definitely find it hard to burst down the side of THB, especially mid-game onwards once the Mino picks up on his flask. But that is still something we are yet to witness right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are into the Land of Dawn, which means the battle's begun. Team TKBI has a 1-0 lead in the best of 3 and they just need to secure this match in their favor, and that is exactly what they are planning to do at the moment. Every lane, neutral fights everywhere, while both the teams will be going in for a goal lane rotation right at the beginning of it. But look at that early poke coming in from the Zetian, that too on a Garut Kacha. It does say a lot about why a lot of teams are picking up that Zetian pick on towards the mid lane.
Absolutely. I think Zetian in this of course, this is I do think Minotaur is getting a lot of pressure into the mid phase. Will not get taken down, of course, because Cops won't be able to pick him up. But yeah, just like I wanted to mention, this is becoming a really recurring composition, you know? The Yushinshin verse with the Zetian, basically the Chinese Empress and the Korean Admiral, quite a formidable alliance. But oh, look at that, the first blood might just come in over here. Or who is it going to be? Which tank is going to be the Gatot?
It is the Garut Kacha who gets taken down, and Fanny, even without the controls, will find the kill onto the Minotaur. Once again, a 1-for-1 by both of these teams, and look at Moscow though, he's kind of enjoying that fight on towards the bottom lane against the Granger, poking him down, just so the Fanny can come in and finish him off. That's actually a very smart move. But
Yeah.
There comes Yi Sun Shin with his ultimate, providing the required vision for their goal laner, and now they will be the ones retaliating onto the Moscow, but they decide not to since the turtle is going to be up in just another 5 seconds.
Absolutely, and I'm really curious to see how well they can combine the Zetian and the Minotaur's ultimate because a well-timed. Oh, but onto the top lane just as I speak, the Fanny with that kill. It's looking good for the hands of Aether Holmes this time. Let's see, but oh, the turtle face, the passive of Empress will get used up, so the turtle should be in their hands, but the Minotaur not level 4 yet either. Let's see what happens, but the Granger is rotating though. Moskov is nowhere nearby.
Oh, the Moscow probably looking for the ultimate,
SOD.
and he will find it. And there comes Zadian's
Beautiful.
ultimate. Onto 4 people, gets the taunt onto 2, but the Karukaja will use the AOG, not hitting anyone. Will try to back off. Granger, basic attack. Is it going to be getting the It's Yusum Shin who secures it after everything. Lapu Lapu in a bit of a tough situation. Will try to run away. Doesn't get this third knockup, but Zadian will finish it off for T8B right there.
Yeah, Granger low-key probably related to Fanny for a moment, not having the energy to shoot. That is crazy. But yeah, 4-4-2 TKBI again on that early, basically the driving seat, making sure to control the map as much as possible. Really great rotations that came in. I would definitely shout out to ISO Mage this time around, and he's doing a great job. That ultimate Empress Fury of the Phoenix, that was really on point, really stunning for people immediately when the SOD popped in. Really great job at 4-4-2 again, and almost 1,000 goal lead for the hands of THB. So they are doing a good job, and they just gotta maintain it. Aether Homes, they gotta destroy it. Let's see if the momentum will be kept or will be changed. Moskov is trying to pressure as much as possible, but let's see what happens, right, Sarah? The Fanny, though, top lane.
Oh, does get the damage onto the Lapu Lapu, also baits out the Vengeance, and ironically enough, the Fanny has a 2-level advantage to the Yisun Shin, which should actually be the opposite, since Yisun Shin has a much faster farm scaling, but look at that, baits out the Zetian's Flicker, as well as her ultimate, which has a long 70-second cooldown, so that is something really commendable for Aether Homes right there.
Zetian's early game cooldowns are just so... I want to say the word, but I can't. You get it, right? When I first used her, it was so insane. I was like, I didn't check the description, my bad, but I clicked it, then I see the boom, 72 seconds, like, what? Like, damn, it's a very expensive skill, but oh, top lane, Uranus getting melted. AOG popped in as well.
Oh, exactly, gets the Avengers baited out as well. There comes the 3-man Fury, right on point. And they are taking the fight. Isushin will secure the kill onto the Kaja, but all off-cam kill on the Granger by the Fanny right there. So 1-for-1 trade, but the turtle should easily be secured by the side of TKBI right here.
Absolutely right, Sarah. Oh, SOD does pop in, but of course that's a Moskov. He can't really go, and even his HP is pretty low. Oh, he just fought with the Granger. All right, fair enough. 5-4-3 score. THB leading in with a 2,000 approx. 2,000 goal lead into their hands. Of course, it's going up and down a little bit. Oh, Zetian sends out the Moskov. Will they get a kill? And they do. Damn, good map awareness.
That is amazing map awareness. Yes.
Yeah. To be fair, they got 2 hacks, basically legal hacks, right? But oh, top lane, look at that.
But the Lapu Lapu seems to be in danger here. The Uranus is chasing, and he will secure that kill right away. Fanny could have been taken down, but she managed to safely escape for now, and now will be trying to target log the Granger. She doesn't have the ultimate though, and the
Granger!
Oh, Granger actually outplaying the Fanny, just like that.
I do think Fanny should have only went in when she had the... Oh, Skype is the first item Yushin Shin. It's a competition between Gabby and him right now. Who gets the most kills, I guess. But with it, onto the other side, the Fanny has, of course, the 7 Cs. Should be getting the Malefic Roar, most likely, to dish out some damage. Zushin actually did not prioritize the glowing one, usually how people do. But on the other side, let's look at the build. Lapu Lapu gets that. Oh, he's trying to go for a little bit of armor. Oh, takes down Gabby. But look at that. Empress Fury.
Oh, and there comes
Moskov.
AOG as well onto the Minotaur, and the Minion Fury will land onto two of them. Misses Moskov by just an inch, but Moskov will be taken down. Too much magic damage for him to handle right there. There comes the Bravest Spider from Lapu Lapu. Will get the stun onto two, and there comes the damage as well, trying to mark down the Jukjin Zoner away from the team fight, but the Minotaur will get taken by the God of Kata. Two of them are very, very low. Unstoppable for Aisho Major right
Oh,
there.
there comes.
And now the Sun will be chasing down on the Jukjin. Oh, but he doesn't. He backs off.
A little bit of restraint. Respected though, that's Zushin. But yeah, 96 score, 2000 goal lead into the hands of THB, and they'll most trying to get this hurdle as well. Fanny has been trying to disrupt them, but so far, I mean, she has been successful in a lot of scenarios and was only taken down once, but oh, top lane. Okay, a little bit of poke, nothing other than that.
Exactly. And honestly, at this point, I do believe the Dreadnought has been picked up by the Lapu, so he isn't exactly burstable either. And the Yasunshin has managed to catch up on the farm. Look at the man getting stunned right away. Monster kill for Aisho Major right there. Even AOG getting popped in defensively. Very low. Minotaur getting the jump right away. And the flicker coming in from Zetian activates the passive for the Yasunshin's basic attack. And there we go, another 2 kills in the favor of Team THB. They're simply looking to end this match as fast as possible. Minotaur goes in for the damage, will get stunned on the wall. Minotaur Fury landing on time though, and the Flask saves his life from the turret damage. Lapudo caught in the middle of 3 people. He gets the stun onto 1. He is sustaining so much in the middle of 4. A 3-man knockup comes in from the side of THB, and they manage to take a kill onto Fell right there, while Aetherhome secures the kill onto the Minotaur.
12-7 score right now after that quite of an extended engage, and with it 4,000 gold into the hands of THB. They also have secured 3 turrets, which is basically 2 more compared to the hands of Aetherhomes, and with it, that's the statistical part. Let's just focus into what the rest of the members are doing right now. Look at the KDA. Player 1 so far has not had any chance to shine just yet. Oh, Fury of the Phoenix comes in though. AOG!
Oh, 2 very good ultimates being used up by both the teams, but no backup from either. So both of them will just decide to back off. The Moskov though was caught really very low and will not be able to defend the top side of the tower from getting taken down. The stun does connect, but now Lapu Lapu is the one in a little bit of danger in the middle of 4 people. Is still trying to sustain, it dashes out, will try to
not gonna be enough.
will try to run, but no, not enough. There comes Queen Jukjin with her knockup and will be helping his team to secure the kill right away. Fanny though trying to look for something, doesn't have the buff, but the
Minion Fury
on the back line will catch 2. The SOD does connect. Moskov looking for some kills right there. Edician gonna be caught out very low in the middle of 4 people and gets taken out right away. Gets melted now that the Moskov is also coming online.
Yeah, absolutely right, Sarah. And you know, I was actually wanting to mention this. Lapu Lapu and Avengers, though, that's kind of a weird. Yeah, you do get a little bit more sustain, but is it worth it? Sacrificing over escape plus unpredictability with that Bravest Spider? I'm not really sure about that. So yeah, I do think they could have gone for it, but so far he is struggling a little bit around this time. But let's see, 13 to death scored, 3,000 goal lead right now. The side of Aetherhomes, they're trying to make a bounce back, especially that the Moskov is trying. Obviously, is getting some damage in. Rest of the members, though, they are also doing their part overall. Lapu Lapu, not level 12 yet. The level 12 power spike will be mattering a lot for the rest of the members. Of course, they'll be level 12 already, so we'll have the... Oh, let's look at the itemization. Oh, Granger, almost full build. Building towards that, of course, anti-heal. And that 8% extra damage as well. But Lord getting melted down. AOG!
Oh, almost connected the SOD to the Lord to steal it away, but Yasunshin does manage to win out on the retribution, and now Moskov is going to get caught, and he manages to stun. Will he get the escape? And no, auto aim gave Granger the kill he required. But then again, 3 members down from the side of Aetherhomes just to try and compete a lot at 6k farm the gap, which wasn't really the best of decisions. But look at the Uranus getting melted so well just by a Granger and a Zetian.
Yeah, the Sea Halberd, of course, coming in clutch right now, as well as the Malefic Roar. Not to mention even the Sky Piercer will make sure when they're low, they get taken down. Onto the other high set. Oh my god, Zushin only has 2 items, and because of that, that's the farm difference we can clearly see. 7,000 versus 5k. That is insane. On the other hand, look at the marksman. He does have the Trinity build for the Moskov player 1, but on the other side, Granger is basically done and is building towards the rose gold, what I presume, or maybe, yeah, most likely rose gold. Into top lane, just as I speak, Moskov gets taken down, and look at that, 534 stacks as well. So he's doing good, he's doing really great, and with it, most likely we'll get 600 stacks as well, and his spam will become too strong for the other side to handle. Aether Homes, I'm not sure if they can respond. Moskov being their only help, but look at that, Minion Fury!
Oh, the chain CC is so beautiful to watch. The Minnow and Fury connecting on two, and the Rattle of the Phoenix just connecting right away as well. They do not get the inhibitor though, and the Lapu gets caught up in the middle. I think he will be able to escape this quite easily. Look at the Fanny trying to go in for the cutthroat, but instead it is Dukshin who loses her life. Fanny's still going in for more, trying to look for more, but will get taken down by Aisho Mage. There comes the taunt, there comes Team TK by, just dominating the map. Everything is in their favor right now.
Absolutely, and with it, I do think it's going to be a smooth sail unless Moskov can really change things around, because of course only he can do something right now. The spotlight of the Fanny is gone, and for the stage to climb up, it's the Moskov time. But it's not looking like it, mainly because of the composition that the side of THB have. There's so much CC that he can't really position himself really closely. Okay, a little bit of free cold ton, of course, happening, knowing that they might just get a, clean sweep. But with it, oh, engage coming in. Look at that, Sarah.
Oh, we can see the legendary for the Ysun Shin right there. A very easy kill to secure onto Fel, despite him being the tankiest. And even now, Fanny gets taken down. And that is something really worth mentioning. A look at the Ysun Shin going in for the triple kill onto the backside. But Dukshin will manage to survive that a little bit too easily. And Minnow and Fury comes in clutch. Does manage to get him another 2 kills onto the back line inside their bases. No turret, no minions though in their favor, and they're all pretty low. Moskov would still do something here now that Kaja is back, but the damage coming in from the Satian and the Granger just through their poke is way too much.
Just buy out a little bit more time, but I do think it's going to be an inevitable end, because the dominance that the side of THB is showing, I'm not really sure if they can respond back to it. They need someone to bait out not just the Minion Fury, they also need the Zetians, Fury of the Phoenix, as well as Lapu Lapu. These three members, their resources to be baited out. Penny can't really do that right now, because of course she's not exactly the most value into her later phase, because her chance to shine, she already did her job. Look at the builds. He is done with the Trinity build as well as the Wind of Nature. He can go for a 1 versus 1 right now, but not really sure if that is going to be the best choice. And he can't really find the exact window for a 1v1 or even a 1v2. They're all stuck together, so I don't think it's going to be possible. Rest of the members. Oh, Fanny still did something for a team. Yushin is down. Can they buy him a little bit more time? 5v4.
Maybe, exactly. It is possible. It's a 4v5 push along with the Lord, but the Lord is a non-enhancement. Honestly, it's and look at the wind getting baited out of Granger right away and getting the taunt. The guy makes the clutch, gets the Granger. They are all going to be very, very low, but the Lapu Lapu will take down Moskov right there inside their bases. Jukshin takes down Lapu Lapu as well. Oh, he is still surviving. He is trying his best. Will he be able to escape? No, he doesn't. He gets taken down. So Team Aether Homes actually managed to pull off a very miraculous defense right here, just because of Fanny getting that kill onto Yusujin.
It is actually really impressive. Yeah, definitely. That getting the kill into Yushin valued him, but I do think player one, I think there was a little bit of mishap on his end, because he got taken down by a Lapu Lapu. I think he should have been alive right now, and they could have pushed at least a 1 trade in. Ultimately, it was just a defense, and they could not really have any chance for an offense right now. One thing I really wanted to actually mention, that Corps did not go for a Sky Bracer. Usually Zushins go for that because it really helps you get rid of kills, get a little bit of farm, and oh, that is a really... Fanny's playing with fire right now. Once it worked, but I would recommend not getting too close to it, because you'll get burned of it, right? But overall, the side of Aether Homes, they're trying to make a bounce back, but it's gonna be possible or not. Gatot, oh, look at the melt! He was getting shredded down by that Granger like insane. I think he would better watch out next time. So, look at the pressure.
Exactly so. Look at the Zetian using up the ultimate at the right perfect time, and Yushin capitalizing on that and using up his boat to secure the kill right away onto the Lucian, too far ahead for comfort right there. Fanny once again trying to look for someone, maybe Gabby or Choi Sang Ho, to try and take them down before the Lord fight begin, because if she doesn't, this Lord might just be it for the side of Ether Holmes, and they would be losing out on an amazing opportunity to showcase their skills. But then again, there is still hope that the Moscow would be able to do something despite there being blade armors, despite there being so much of CC from Zaytian as well as the Minotaur. And now once again, Team TKBI will be moving for the Lord.
With it right now, it's Aether Holmes can make a bounce back, but is it gonna be possible? Oh, DOG, oh, what is that?
Victory! He takes down the Yisun-shin! Look at the Moskov, still trying his best to take them down, will not survive. Well, takes down the Granger. Gabby is down. Only 2 tanks remaining from the side of TKBI as the Lord is going to be marching down the top side. There is no inhibitor. It's just Satian and Minotaur who are going to be for in this defense. Can Team Ether Holmes take the advantage, go in with the Lord and end this, or is Team TKBI going to defend this one as well? 10 seconds on the death timer. Yisun-shin is back. Granger will be back in another 6. Yep, and I think this is going to be a successful defense.
I think player 1 needs to watch his positioning. Every time Aether Holmes is winning a team fight, he's down. That's a very negative point because Fanny tries to beat out some skills, but yeah, that is a negative point because every time they're winning, they don't have their marksman, so they can't exactly push in. Player 1 needs to watch out. He needs to stop being that sacrificial martyr right now, because he needs to be the one staying alive. He can solo end this game if he's the one only staying alive, but the rest of the members are alive, but he's not. I think he needs to watch out his positioning for sure. He's getting really dunked down by that Lapu Lapu. I think he needs to be the one to play a little bit more like an assassin. Wait out and just wait for the skills to be baited out, because the rest of the members, they're really trying to make sure you get into the position, but he's making a few mistakes, and because of that, he's really not getting the chance to shine just yet. But hey, I might just eat my words because it's a Moskov in the later phases. We know how they are, and they can literally change the game in any second. But oh, Lapu Lapu getting a little bit of pressure into mid phase. Oh, SOD connects in.
Oh, look at that. A 2-man stun coming in from the Yisun-shin, but he does get zoned out. Look at the Fanny going in for more. 3-man flicker knockout coming in from the Minotaur, but the Lapu Lapu is going to be caught out a little bit too alone in that team fight. Fell gets taken out by the Granger back into the backside. Gabby will find the kill, but player 1 also finds the kill onto the Lapu Lapu this time around. Both the teams lose 1, and all of their skills have been used up. Can they actually go for the Lord this time around? Because this Lord is most definitely going to be the decisive one.
Absolutely, because both of them right now don't have an inhibitor. So, but either way, whoever gets the Lord actually doesn't really matter. What's going to matter is who wipes each other out. Because if it happens again that they get the Lord, but the members are not left to push in, it's basically a negative trade. So I do think, but yeah, everybody's full build. Grinch just sold his 1 item and got the immortality and of course the rose gold, so no more boots. He's going full, making sure he survives just in case if any decides to come at him onto the other side though. Oh, Zetian going with the concentrated energy. That's interesting. Most likely wants to sustain it a little bit from the team fights, because of course the damage is also getting a little bit hard for her as well. So I think that's the reason. Shin, of course, doesn't really have much stacks anymore, I think. Or did I miss C? But anyways, Lord popped in. Moskov going for a split push. The SOD didn't connect, so they should watch out. Oh, look at that. Dishin going a little bit too deep, is he?
Minotaur gonna get knocked up and get taken down. Oh, that Ranger Crown was quite on time, but it wouldn't be enough to save his life though. The AOG doesn't connect onto anyone except the Lapu Lapu. Moskov is here. He's gonna get caught though. The vengeance of the blade armor is hurting. Oh lord.
Buying time.
Oh,
Lapu.
Oh, but all of them are so very low, and the Yisun-shin is fully healthy and should be able to take them down.
Oh my god.
Sky Piercer is at full stacks. Moskov will try to look for something, some kind of a split, but it won't be enough because Team TKBI just managed to read up on that, and they will most definitely be looking to go in for the Lord now.
Both of the sides have basically identical members left. Their jungler, mid laner, and their marksman. Both of them lost out their roamer and fighter in that engage. So ultimately, it was basically a completely equal trade. Neither of the side losing much of a value. But look at that. TKY is the first one to go for the Lord. This is going to be an anticipating
Oh,
moment.
here
Oh,
comes the stun
Fanny!
and Eason with the revenge right onto Fanny. Gets the kill, will secure the Lord. Fanny goes down. That's one damage dealer down for the side of Ether Homes. They do not have someone to split the lane now, and all 5 members of Team TKY healthy and will be marching down the mid lane with their very enhanced, very healthy Lord, and this might just be it for this game.
1,800 stacks on a Granger. That's basically infinite spam. He's not going to be waiting, and that's the whole reason they're losing the team fights right now with the extended game of 22 minutes. The Fury of the Phoenix used up a little bit early. Fanny still not back into a table, and I think they will get the kills. Full stacks usage is hitting too hard.
And the Minoan Fury once more connects out of the boss club, zones him so far away. Yisochin quite low in HP, does need his immortality, but he doesn't have it yet. Oh, but the SOD connects and the
Winter!
Winter Crown saves his life. Moscow with the roll goal will also manage to live for now, but the Granger will take down the Fanny right away the moment she spawned. Double kill for him right there. Juxin goes down and monster kill will Yisochin as Team TKY secures a 2-0 clean sweep.
Clean sweep, but a very hard-earned one because the side of Aether Homes, this time around, they stepped up to the max. They gave a very extended game, and they were able to give it because of the fact. Huge shout out to James Youngie. He played amazing with a Fanny, even at the later phases when I was saying he's not much of a value right now. He took down Yushin Shin once and even took down a Granger into later phases. It really bought them enough time, but unfortunately player one, I do think player one made a few mistakes, but I also think the other side composition was just so hard to get in. He was not able to position himself in any possible way. Not to mention Gaby was gathering stacks because we saw it at the last moment, right? It was 1,008 stacks. So if we turn back the clock a little bit, even at the earlier team fights, he had 700 to 800 stacks. That basically means non-stop spam of first skill for at least 7 to 12 times. And I don't think, obviously, you can take those many bullets to the face. Even the Gatot Kacha was getting melted down so very heavily. Not to look at the damage taken, 280,000 and 270,000 by both of these beefy boys. But unfortunately, it feels bad, but hey, it's still good. The side of TKY played really, really great. But I obviously gotta give shout out to the side of Aether Homes, especially that Fanny user. Great resilience and really showed a brilliant game this time around, Sarah.
Absolutely so, and with that, honestly, TKY will be one of the first contenders for the Swiss stage, and they have definitely made their mark with their gameplay right now. And we are eagerly waiting for the next match, and we will be back on the screen with it very soon. We'll be back with a very short 2 to 5 minute break, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. So just be ready.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with the MEA x FEAI Grand Fest 1, and we're going to be diving back into the second best of 3 series matches, aka also obviously known as the Swiss qualifiers. After all, this is a round of 64, and we're going to be seeing, we've already seen THB qualify for it. Let's see who's going to be the next one to qualify for the Swiss stages. Of course, we have Team Salmon G onto the blue side and Team Familia onto that red side. So let's see how they perform in this best of 3 series. A clean sweep, a 2-1. Let's see what do we have in store for us. Of course, I'm going to be your caster. I'm Ray myself, and joining me is of course a beautiful lady over here, Sarah. Welcome back. Of course, we're going to be casting this game for Team Familia versus Salmon G.
Because I saved my
Absolutely. Good evening there, ladies and gentlemen. And this will be game number 2 for tonight, the first day in the round of 64, where the winning teams will secure a shot at their chance towards the Swiss stages. And once more, we are back with 2 amazing talents hailing all the way from Mizoram, representing their state in their own tournament, showing off their skills in this match. And it is going to be none other than, like Ray mentioned, Team Salmon G on the blue side and Team Familia on towards the red.
Yeah, and with it, the drafting is going really, really fast. Actually, looks like they're well aware what they really want to go for. Not really, thinking about it much. Just gonna straight up ban. Of course, banning out the top junglers, and we just saw the Fanny's Rampage. So honestly, that's warranted just to ban it out. But the Mincetar, that's a curious one. Maybe they want to go for an Arlot. But I don't think many people pick it up. Some people just ban out the Mincetar because it could be a potential pick for the other side. But let's see, since they're the first pick, they have a lot of options available. They have the Zushin, they have the Kalia, they even have, just like I mentioned, the Lapu Lapu. They can even pick up the Arlot themselves. Even the 1-1 is left out open. Not to mention, banning out the Irrital right now, Sarah, can mean you can just pick up the Granger for yourself.
Exactly so. That would be like a very good choice to just pick up on the 1-1 or maybe the Granger, both of whom are 2 very good heroes on towards the goal lane. And I think that is exactly what Team Salmon G is going to be doing here. But then again, on towards the side of Team Familia, they have the very wide opportunity of picking up on a Garot Kacha as well as the Phobius on towards EXP just for that 1-1, or maybe even the Clint Brody on towards the goal lane to track her down, or the Farsa to secure that mid advantage in their favor. But instead, they decide to lock in on a Grok.
Okay, Sebastian going for that Grok. Funny enough, the new Grok doesn't have the CC immunity anymore, if I'm not wrong, of course, because he doesn't have a charge skill. He's always... It's like that meme, Not the meme, actually. It's a scene from Avengers. The first one in 2012, it's saying the... Captain America says, it's time to get angry, and I'm always angry. This Grok says, time to charge. He's always charging. But does take out the CC immunity that he has, so he's going to be suffering. On the other side, though, the benefit that he has, he can dish out a little bit of HP based damage depending on his own HP. So going full tank build will definitely help him out. High HP will result in a little bit more damage, which in turn will of course help with the offense as well. But again, Moskov coming into the scene. Lemon Boy picking up the 1-1 really, really fast. Hoping to see really fast jumping around. She's not a kangaroo, she's a grasshopper, right? But overall, 2 more picks coming in. Let's see what it's gonna be. We do have the junglers left out open. DX. Oh, okay. Might see a Mathilda. It's been a while since I've actually seen this woman. I don't know why people have stopped picking her though. She's really amazing. The airlines is still strong, guys.
Yep. And you know what? The only fact that she is not that prioritized anymore in general tournaments is the fact that maybe people have shifted towards that assassin meta, which is kind of useful to try and take down a Matilda pretty easily, especially because she is a support and she is quite squishy. As long as she makes the classic book plus flask plus, the damage items, you know what I mean. But then again, here, in this draft right now, the Matilda is actually a pretty good choice because all Team Familia has as of right now to take them down is a Moskov. Even the CC, no matter how much of true damage she deals, it won't be enough to take down a Matilda who has the guiding winds in her favor. The Fredrin, it has been banned out, and maybe the next ban could be an X-Spark or maybe the Phobius just to help their 1-1 to try and stay safe, and that is exactly what we are expecting.
Yeah, and You actually mentioned a really great point for that, Mathilda. Damn, how can I forget? Sometimes I can be really. I don't want to use that word actually. I'll just say forgetful. But yeah, it just might mean that they're gonna go for an utility, and I think an Xborg ban should be warranted right now. Should be Xborg because it can really work well. No, they actually go for Yuzhong, funny enough. Really interesting. I wonder why they did that, considering they do have the CC. Yeah, she doesn't win the early game, but she does win the later phases when she starts dishing out even more damage with the, of course, Zeo Blitz combined with the Curtain Call. But let's see what the other side has to ban out. I think it's going to be another mage, or because I don't think they are really concerned with the jungler, because only the Eve really needs to have a comfortable position. The assassins are already getting taken down unless there's an unpredictable Ling or a Nolan coming in, and I don't think you should try to capitalize on that. Oh, actually, yeah, it's going to be another mid lane who is also part assassin, so it's a really great decision that they've made. On the other side, though, I'm really curious what jungler both of these are going to be going for, because most of them are out. Xborg's open. Baxia, I don't think Baxia will be picked. What do you think?
It is quite the possibility, but I'm still quite surprised by the fact that they did not ban out on the Phobius. Oh, but
Ooh,
okay,
yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Sorry, they already have the CC. What am I even thinking? But okay, okay, that's something. So
it
this
happened.
does mean, yeah, this does mean that now Team Familia does need to pick up on the, yeah, they do need to pick up on the Lunox just to burst them down. And like you said, the Baxia would be a really smart choice for the side of Team Salmon G right now. And along with that, they do need a jungler which can target the backline. Maybe a Nolan would be decent, or maybe even the Hayabusa could be a very decent choice.
Oh yeah, you're actually right. How did I forget the Ninja was still left out open? But looks like they're gonna commit to the Baxia jungle because they do need a utility, just like you mentioned, right? Because combining with the Mathilda, you need someone who can really front line. And they're gonna be relying on the Arlot to go for this backline with the final slash flicker combo, hopefully. I mean, Petrify is nice to like really land that combo, but flicker final slash is just it's just beautiful to see, and it's a nasty surprise for the opponents. But overall, I do think, oh, okay, he's not gonna be going for the flicker, so not much surprises there, like for the opponents, of course. Oh, actually, he does. Good job. But overall, jungle pick left. What is he gonna go for? Just flexing out the skins. But I do think they can still pick up the Xborg for themselves because they do need a little bit more HP shred. But at the same time, either of anything works right now. They can go for someone who can go into the back line. They can go for someone who can front line. They can just Alucard not though. Not the Alucard though. He's gonna be really suffering with the Bakshia's presence. So let's see what they decide. Sarah, what do you think?
Honestly, agree with you there. They need something just to take down that 1-1 in the team fights and yeah, and not get caught in the Arlot on the Baxia. But okay, they just seem to have read our minds and do the exact opposite of what we want them to do. And go in with the Alucard out of everything they could have picked. Maybe they are confident. You know what we like to call them? A one trick, which means they are good on that hero. And maybe that's just what they are planning right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have a draft on our hands. An Alucard against an anti-heal hero. That's something. That's what I'll tell you. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting match. Overall, both of the drafts do look good. Just like we predicted, the Baxia does come into play. So the utility jungle with the Mathilda will help out a lot. I do think the backline, though, it will have to be handled by the Arlot for most of the game. Until the 1-1 gets her items in. And that's when basically the 1-1 will be able to shine and go into the backlines with the Inspire combo with the Crossbow of Tang, of course. So I think Arlot will have to do a little bit of heavy lifting for the early phase. On the other side, though, they have the CC, they have the Grok. It's a mix-up of HP-based damage, so they will be able to melt out the Baxia at the same time. So overall, their draft is balanced. The only difference being, of course, that Alucard pick, which is a severely disadvantageous one. Something that's not the most optimal, but we'll have to wait out and see. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the second match of the evening by, of course, in this MEA x FEAI Grand Fest 1 round of 64, aka qualifiers for the Swiss stage, or top 32, if you might say. And I'm just really excited to just go into the Land of Dawn. And of course, joining me is Sarah.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, we are waiting to step right into the land of dawn in the second best of three, and we will be seeing on who is going to be picking up on the first win in the second game of the day, be the second qualifier to the Swiss stages. Is it going to be Team Salmon G with their unorthodox draft, with their picks being meta, but their draft not being that much of a combo? While on the side of Familia, we do have some very amazing heroes who are right into the meta and also sing together so perfectly. So definitely here we will need to be careful with those buffs because both of these teams are relentless.
The new Starlight skin though for the Grog though, like the wall is really nice. It legit looks like it's a wall in the game. Like it's like already there, you know, like in the map. But yeah, I just wanted to comment that. But anyways, just like Sarah mentioned, we're into Land of Dawn and the draft. We have a draft for both ends. Meta picks combined with a little something off, and on the other hand, not the most meta, but there's a little bit of synergy, right? But let's see what we have in store overall. Then let's look at the EXP lane matchup. Of course, Arlott is going to be suffering in the early phase against the CC until he gets a level 4. He can't really do anything much, so he should definitely play that passive, that tower hug gameplay, and just focus on the rest of the team. On the other hand, though, the Eve will have at least good rotations because they do have the Matilda Airlines overall. And now looking to the goal lane, 1-1 versus Moskov. That's an interesting one though. Let's see what will happen because either of them have attack speed, but once the 1-1 gets across both tank, it's gonna be interesting. But bot lane, look at that! First blood, no.
Ooh, and 1-1 actually manages to survive that with a little bit of an HP, but now the Baxia is gonna be chasing down.
Got no dash.
And he will get taken down by the side of Salmon G. What a beautiful re-engage coming in from their side, while Team Adolf Familia are now in the back foot, and Team Salmon G will be smartly proceeding towards the first turtle of the game.
I love the butterfly wings the Matilda really gives. really pretty, feeling bonita over there. But yeah, 1-4-0, Salmon G doing a good job at it. On the other hand, the Team Familia, I do think the Alucard will suffer, but other than that, I do have. Hey, did Grok use that ultimate over there? No. What was that? That was the Tornado Eye. That was a Tornado Eye. For a second, I was like, why did the Grok just dash? That was confusing, but yeah. The Turtle Pet coming in. Oh, top lane though. Alucard looking for a chance to ambush the Arlott, is it? Or is he gonna go for the Turtle? I think it's the Arlott. Yeah,
he does.
It's the ladder.
He does go in for the Arlott, but is he gonna be getting it? Is he gonna be getting it? He does. It's the CC who secures the kill. Look at the Baxia right there in the backup. But Alucard, you need to support your team. Your teammates are low. Are you going to be doing it anytime soon? Hello? But all of them just manage to run back. But it is going to be Sebastian who loses his life. And even Tsukuyomi will take down Matilda and then be backing off. My apologies. But then again, this time around, Alucard is in a good position. Does Alucard read into that? Alucard does read into that, and he actually tries to get the stun, but won't be finding it. CC trying to look for the carded goal. There comes the final slash. Alucard taking very low, but Baxia will be the one securing the turtle. Good retribution right there. And now they can definitely invade. They can definitely go in for the Alucard, but no, Baxia too aggressive, and he will get bursted down by the Lunox right away.
You know that Alucard farming while his teammates died, it's peak Soloki experience, just getting a little bit of PTSD right there. But yeah, 3-4-3 score, quite equal. But I would definitely say the side of Salmon G is doing good. The Suguyumi getting that top lane kill though, that was quite a value. But overall, yeah, we have to look into what's going to happening into the pushing game. Because if you look at the macro control, Moskov should have a little bit of upper hand. Oh, 1-1, you should better watch out. You better know that there's someone there. Matilda, who's gonna fall victim? Matilda or 1-1? They decide 1-1.
Oh, it is going to be 1-1, definitely. She can't survive so much. It's a whole rock just driving her down to that wall and just stunning her and killing her with three other people. That's something really difficult for her to purify, even though she has an immunity skill and a lot of dashes. But it's okay. Team Salmon G still doesn't have that much of a gold deficit, so they can definitely come back once the rest of their members are online, especially the Eve, who is going to be super annoying when she picks up the glowing one and the wishing lantern.
You know the new Grog just looks like he's always in the charge mode, so he feels a little bit intimidating, especially with the Venom skin where he starts to glow even like more green. So yeah, good change by the developers, but yeah, 3 to 4 score right now, and if the side of Team Familia actually proceeds with those pickoffs, they will be actually having a lot of advantage. They shouldn't go for those team fights. Just focus on this pickoff because that's what Alucard specializes in, and he's trying to do that top lane.
Oh, we can see the engage coming in. Circling Eagle does find 2 with that knock-up, and there comes the real manipulation, and we'll find Kazumi. But now Team Adult Familia looks to be backing off. The wall gets missed, but the Dark Ultimate will be used defensively, while the side of Team Salmon G will look to back off. Flicker gets taken out of Moscow's utility, and now Team Salmon G just decide to back off for the turtle because Alucard, he had fallen prey.
And oh, okay, they do get the Flask of Oasis, which will be helping to sustain even more. Excuse me, sorry. 5 to 4 score. The goal lead actually remains quite same, so there's a good little bit of control coming in from the hands of both of these teams. Especially, I would say Familia. They have not lost out that much goal just yet. The Alucard is trying to do, I mean, the absolute best he can, but not much. But oh, there looks like. Nah, nothing much. They're not going to be engaging. I do think they're going to be engaging for those pickoffs because that is the goal for the Alucard. Oh, 1-1. That is kind of a mistake, is it? No. Matilda comes in clutch.
Oh, definitely the clutch right there, but the flicker comes in from the Lunox, and she would be able to get that kill in her favor, but the Baxia on the line will take it in his favor as well. Arlord, though, looking for a possible engage here, gets the stun onto Grok, will get the final slash, and another dash should be enough to finish him off, and that's exactly what happens. Alucard, though, joining the team fight, but after the party is over, so that's kind of unfortunate for the side of Adult Familia, even though they were doing so well in the early phase. But we still have the Moskov yet to come online, and once he does, things might look a lot more different.
Actually, the Moskov is doing a little bit better than the 1-1. Look at that. He has 800 more gold, and he's already built up the staff as well. So despite the fact what's ever happening throughout the map, his micro is really good. Going towards that 5k gold already, that's an impressive farming speed that he has maintained, despite the fact that right now his team is on a deficit of 8-5 with basically 3 kills and 1000 gold lead. But oh, better watch out. Tsukuyomi misses out that Chaos Assault. I do think she needs to be a little bit, or sorry, he needs to be a little bit patient, or maybe she, I don't know. But oh, Alucard will get taken down just as I speak. And this turtle is just free real estate for the hands of Salmon G. Another neutral objective secured for their hands. Damn, that wall just blocking them out. But oh, look at that mid lane.
Oh, the Vengeance gets popped out from CC, but the Wild Charge managed to catch 2 of them and also take down the Matilda in the process. Moskov has started dealing some damage. There comes the Chaos Assault. Will Lunox find it? He doesn't. Oh, but the Glowing One passive will take him down, while 1-1 will be the one to take down Lunox as well. Another 2-4-2 trade down the mid lane, and only Alucard was the one who fell in the top side, but is now back up online, making this a perfect 3v3 once more.
The turtle was not even secured, right? It went into the Lord. So a little bit of resource wasted on both ends, but it's all good. But Salmon G with a 2000 goal lead and 4 more kills into the board. Well, let's look at the macro right now, because if you look at the bottom lane, the Moskov, despite losing out the turret, has given enough pressure that the 1-1 will have to go there. And because of it, I think they will have to control their wave management. But oh, look at that, the top lane, Kazumi, most likely taken down.
Kazumi under the turret will get taken down, but so does Bastia, just because him and Edna were stuck together like glue with the curtain call. Yep, that's just so unfortunate and funny at the same time. But then again, Team Salmon G definitely trading all those kills on towards the top side. We can see the Lunox battling, and we need to see this.
Oh, shut down.
Our lot will get shut down finally, all taken down by a Wild Charge, as well as the Lunox using up the Chaos Assault right on time. This time around though, the Eve is in a little bit of danger, and she isn't aware of Sonnen being there, but now he is out in the open, and they are definitely looking to take down the objectives more, especially going in for the Lord.
And since Baxia is not present, despite the odds were in the favor earlier on, with the Lunox capturing the kill, as well as the fact that Baxia was taken down, they get this Lord for themselves, changing the tides again into favor of Team Familia right now. and because of it, it looks like they're making a little bit of a bounce back. But still, I would say it's a little, not little, but it's early to say because only been 10 minutes. 1-1 has still a chance to come online. So does the Moskov though. Oh, do they want to go for a 1v1? Not wise choice, and they do decide to not commit to it. So does the Moskov, really making good micro decisions over there, because I do think if either of them got taken down, it would have been a casualty for either side. So not committing is the best choice sometimes. But overall, oh, look at the Baxia trying to go for a 1v3, is it? He'll get stuck. Oh, that is a perfect wall opportunity, but they don't go. Oh, what happened to the mid lane though?
But the Eve gets a solo kill onto the CC. That is definitely something. But look at the 1-1 getting taken down in the process of trying to protect the Eve from the yellow card in the Moscow. But this time the Moscow will get the stun. Flicker
Bad
gets
luck.
used by the Arlor, and definitely here both the teams just traded it off once more. Left the Matilda all alone to defend the Lord though, so that's something. But then again, at all Familia, they, oh my god, they just are coming back so well. The goal difference is down to just 300 right now. But look at the Baxia trying to go in for something, but he decides to just back off. He has still to he's a rock, but he is so small compared to the other rock in the enemy.
Rocks need no protection from his dialogue. You actually reminded me of that. But yeah, 14-10 score right now, and just like I mentioned, the goal lead is not much different. In the 12-minute mark, we're almost approaching it. It's not much. They do lose out the mid turret, and then they will basically again equalize it once more. But let's look at right now the turrets. That's 4-4-2 actually. The side of Team Familia doing a really immaculate job. But oh, Baxia wants to go in. Is his team ready? I don't think so. Yeah, they will have to retreat.
They aren't. They just decide to back off, and that's Baxia's ultimate getting used up in that fight. But then again, it should be back in another 28 seconds. But then again, Team Adol Familia does need to look for an engage. They need to play for the pickoffs, because if it's an extended team fight, they just might not be able to win it, especially once the Alucard and the Lunox have used up their burst potential. And here, on towards the bottom side, the Moskov is just trying to look for split pushes, and this time around, Arlot and 1-1 are going to be caught out alone in front of the Alucard, Moskov, and Grok, just standing right there in their faces and looking so scary for everyone present.
Absolutely. I do think Arlo is just there for a protection, like I got you, little sister. But oh, there comes the Baxia with that tire, and with the approach, do they want to go in? A lot of warning shots given out from both of the sides, but they are not initiating just yet. But oh, that's a little bad news. They kind of ignored the wake management, and they almost would have lost out. Do they want to commit to the CC? I think they can. No members nearby though, but she's trying to run away. Can they? Do they? No, the Lord gets taken down.
Ooh, they get distracted and they lose out on the Lord one more. But look at that, the crossbow gets activated. Would it be enough though? We don't know yet. It is not enough. That was enough to save the life of Grok right there, but monster kill for you onto that CC. That was a pretty good chase coming in from the side of Salmon G, especially with the Lord marching on the top side. They could use all the advantage that they could possibly. Look at the circle eagle, knocks up two of them, but on towards the backside, there comes the Alucard, goes in for the chase, but no engages. Aggressive. Hello, why? And oh my goodness, and the real world manipulation being used up in retaliation, and 4 members down from the side of Adolf Familia, just like that.
Fatal blunder from the Moskov again. It's not looking good for Moskov tonight, but oh, Alucard wants to go for a defense, but I would not recommend it. He should just retreat, because, okay, he doesn't activate the ultimate, but yeah, he's gonna go back. But hey, Salmon G, you also got a G to the bottom lane, sorry, top lane, far left, because you gotta defend it. But yeah, I think he's gonna get taken down, most likely, because Baxia is not enough to defend it. But oh, he's actually taking a lot of damage to himself. So, good job. They will be able to defend it, but overall, yeah, I think Moskov, that blunder was really heavy, because it just costed the rest 2 of their lives as well, because they were, I think that decision was made on a really haptic of the moment, because the rest of the 2 members were not ready. Do they retreat? Do they stay? And at that moment, they just got taken down as well. 3 members falling down into mid phase after taking down the Lord. That was a massive negative trade onto their hands, and ultimately, despite the fact that they had the Lord, the macro is won again by Salmon G. But still, the goal lead remains quite head-to-head. The score though, not much. 18-11. Salmon G is winning out on that kills department. But Team Familia, they still have not lost the game out yet, and I would suggest them to have a little bit more discipline, not commit like that. Especially, man, Moskov. What's happening to Moskov tonight? But yeah, let's look at the builds though, Sarah. Okay, Trinity build done. Moskov, no, what do you say, sustain item. No Rose Gold, no Wind of Nature. Straight up burst. Interesting.
Yep, he thinks he can actually use that to his advantage, and the fact that the Eve doesn't have the Wishing Lantern is kind of actually driving me nuts. But then again, look at the Alucard trying to go in for an engage, but Arlott has the War Axe, and he actually managed to sustain all of that burst. Even got the final slash in play. Just Sukuyomi got taken down. Sebastian is now the one in danger, and he gets taken down as well. But
Hey, Moskov
Team
top lane.
Salmon G, Salmon G, they aren't giving up. The
Salmon G.
vengeance. But it's not enough to buy him
Eve.
enough time. But Moskov,
Okay.
hello, he is trying to take down the base so well, but he will get stunned right away by the Baxia, and also manage to escape, but by using up his flicker. While what's Lemon Boy? Oh, Lemon Boy, he actually manages to take Alucard down right there. Fruity.
Yeah, a Lemon Boy. Technically, yeah, you're actually really right. Lemon does consider. But yeah, 22 to 12 score, 3,000 gold lead. Salmon G have responded back. And with it, they're actually going to be able to get this Lord for themselves because, of course, Alucard is not present, neither is Kazumi. And because of it, they will be able to get it pretty easy. Sukomi, I wouldn't really recommend that going all alone. Even if the Grog does accompany them, that's basically 4 members against a charge of, like, what, 2? It's not a numbers game, guys. Come on. But yeah, one thing I really want to mention is this: how is this Eve surviving? Matilda, like, damn, carrying her to victory, literally, like, you know, by the wings. Because 7-0-10 on a Eve, that's insane. Considering that Lilouch as well as Kazumi, even Tsukuyomi have been trying to take her down, but they just can't find her. Most of the time, the shield just comes in time and just takes her away, and she just flies away. She doesn't even have feet, so you can't say run away. Yes, so yeah, she does float away. But with it, the Lord's gonna be walking down 28,000 HP. It can be melted down pretty fast. 1-1 trying to go for the far right lane just to push it. Oh, looks like they share the same goal. They're gonna go for that far right lane, Sarah.
Yep, they all are, and honestly, about the Eve, I think it's the Brave Smite which is helping her survive so much, and even the Life Steal, along with the Ice Queen one and the shield from the Blood Wings, as well as, of course, there is a Matilda. So definitely here. Oh, look at the Baxia, so over aggressive right on to that CC, and they do not find the kill though, but the side of Team Adolf Familia does get poked a little bit too hard, which should give them the opportunity to take down the mid inhibitor, and that is exactly what they do. So that's one inhibitor getting taken down even without the Lord, but the Moskov is pretty low. Kazumi gets taken down. 1-1 will also find the Moskov out towards the back line, but a little here, sustaining so much, finally gets the shutdown onto Rosa right there. Oh, Rosa. That reminds me of a pro player, Rosa. But then again,
Yeah.
Team Adolf Familia here with a decent level of comeback, I would say.
Hey,
especially Alucard.
Hey, yo.
And now Arlott, in the middle of 3 people, just decides to throw himself away and throw away half the game, I would say. Because it's only a 1-1 and a Matilda left to defend this. And the Alucard, I think he's at full build and he should be able to take this win and take down the inhibitor at least, all in his favor. And that is exactly what he's trying to do, despite the 1-1 dealing quite a lot of damage. Look at the 1 trying to go away, and this is the wild charge. Sustaining everything under the turret, as well as taking the Matilda down. That is something so, like, wow. Like, wow.
The Queen's Wings, as well as I think a little bit of defense, and the region came in clutch. But oh, look at the engage, just still going in. They really want to try to push in, but 1-1, better watch out your steps. They're still going in strong. Most likely will try to push in. Lunox though, oh, final slash. Lemon Boy gets killed.
Oh my goodness, and even the Moskov isn't able to do much, all because of those blade armors. He is getting chunked down to his own HP himself. Sebastian had to use up his flicker to run away from that situation, and now once again the tables have been equalized, but Team Adolf Familia does have the chance of starting off the Lord. But then again, the Alucard will still take a while to reach the Lord. But is Team Salmonji even going to contest it? They do have to grok for the zone outs though, and that is exactly what they are trying to do. But look at the Arlot, does get stunned in the oh, there comes the wide charge onto the 1-1, but the crossbow of Tan has been activated. He gets the damage, the immortalities are out. Both Moscow will have to escape along with Grog, while there comes the unstoppable onto the CC. One sacrifice in exchange for the Lord.
Yeah, and damn, that sacrifice is worth it, because right now with that Lord, basically only one inhibitor left 2 lanes are gonna be exposed, and with it, Familia is familiar with the game, and they're really doing a good job with it, and I think they can just... I think a good defense can be really possible, unless... Nah, I don't think they can find an angle just yet. The Lord will get melted out. Maybe they can go from the behind. It might be possible, but let's see. Lord already got melted, so Lord is not going to be much of an issue. It's going to be the waves that will require a little bit of attention from the hands of course, Salmon G. But without the CC, they can't exactly find an angle to really go in. They need 2 members to interlock with the curtain call, and that is the only thing. But yeah, let's look at the builds. Oh, that's Rose Gold, that's Oracle, and that's Queen's Wings. That's basically 3 shielding items that actually helped the Alucard. Makes sense overall. On the other side though, Moskov, I would highly suggest to just sell the boots right now. Go for the Wind of Nature or Rose Gold, so you can sustain even a little bit longer in that team fight and make a play that can change the fate of, you know, this match, because it's quite a bit. It's going 22 minutes strong right now. 1-1 with the build done as well. Obviously going for that like, I would say middle ground, right? Rose Gold and Wind of Nature, they're both offense and defense. As to the members, it's all the gold builds. I would recommend the Eve to get what do you say, just like you mentioned, you know, Wishing Lantern by selling that boots right now, because you do have the gold, and Wishing Lantern does give you cooldown as well. So that's about it with the itemization. Let's see, they are getting pressured a lot in the base right now.
Yep, you are right. And honestly, both of the teams are not taking an engage because they know that they can easily lose out on a team fight if it goes wrong for like even a split second. So obviously here, look at the Moscow though, he's trying to play as aggressive as possible, but once again had to use up his flicker, which is, I would say that's a bad decision, honestly, because you need to save as much of your utility as possible on towards the late game, because if you're caught, you need a way to escape. Grog here though, smart little move, trying to freeze that mid wave as much as possible, but then again, the Lord is up and they will be moving towards it. Team Salmon G needs to contest this one, because if they don't, this might just be the decider. Lord with Baxia jumping in, it's getting zoned out. Steals the Lord! The wild charge, knocking them off their feet. Alucard gets stunned. They will be looking to back off. It's a 1-1. Stealing it away. And now Moscow will be the one getting taken down solo. He gets taken down by Edna. 1-1 chasing them. Yuki chasing the CC on towards the back line. Both these teams looking for the end. The Lord marching down the mid lane. The wild charge connects on to 3 this time. And this time around, Lemon Boy will be able to secure that monster kill in his favor. Alucard is training a lot, but it won't be enough, because Team Salmon G are going for the base. They have Zane, but the Lunox will get a double, but it's not enough. This time around, Rosa and Lemon Boy take the base in their hands. 1-0 lead for Team Salmon G right there.
What an absolute... I mean, the game should have an achievement for like this, okay? Because what was that steal? You'd expect maybe the Bakshio will come at time, but no, he was 0.5 second far away. For a second, I was thinking, yeah, this Lord is gone. This Lord is 100% into the hands of Liloch, of course, from the hands of Familia. But no, Lemon Boy, I don't know how hyper-focused this guy was into that Lord to make that play happen, because he did it. Somehow he got the Lord for his team, and that immediately changed the things around. If the Lord had gone to the other side, even if the other side, obviously the side of Familia would have gotten wiped out, the Lord would have stalled the game until for them to obviously respawn back. But the fact that the Lord was taken down by a 1-1 nonetheless, not exactly an AoE hero, she's mostly single target, getting the Lord, is it luck, is it skills? It's just I guess It's a chance of fate, whatever I would say. But yeah, 1-1, bringing out the clutch, 31% damage dealt, and 32% by the Eve. A very impressive number. Rosa really trying to channel that inner Rosa because 0 deaths until that last minute. Of course, he got taken down once. Very impressive gameplay. But yeah, the other side, Familia also played impressive because the pressure that they gave at the end, their macro was superior. There was basically no inhibitors left. They could have gotten it, but what's up with these Moskovs today, man? Their Moskovs are not doing the best. I would definitely recommend it's the fact that Moskov has one weakness. It's the range. Same for carry. So if you think you can't get into a good position by the opposing teams, I would highly recommend going against it, because I think if they had picked up a different marksman, it would have had a little bit more, impact. Yes, they did pressure ultimately. They did, what do you say, win it. They had, what was I saying? The fact that they were pressuring into the base, they had the game in their hands until the Lord Seal happened. But I do think they could have done better if instead of the Moskov, they had a marksman that can position himself and dish out more damage. Because Sarah, we saw it, right? Every time he's just coming in and wasting the flicker, and he gets taken down later on.
Exactly so, and I so agree with you on that fact that one Lord Steal by Lemon Boy right there changed everything. And the fact that Kazumi, even though she was a CC, couldn't do much and unfortunately had a very sad KDA at the end, it did say a lot about why the side of Team Familia struggles so much despite having that kind of an early lead. This time around, once more, the bans will remain the same in the draft, but we need to see if Team Familia will respect ban either the Eve or the 1-man this time around.
Yeah, and with it, we're going to be heading to the game number 2, ladies and gentlemen, into this best of 3 series between, of course, Team Salmon G, who is right now on the red side, and right now, Team Familia, who is on to the blue side. Of course, this is the MEA x FEAI. It's the Grand Fest 1, where of course it's a LAN tournament, and this is the qualifiers. After all, this is the qualifiers for the Swiss stage, and the Swiss stage will qualify for the LAN tournament, where we'll have not just Mobile 5v5, we'll also have BGMI and so on, other games as well. Of course, do check out the groups and everything for more information, but let's dive into the game. This is going to be the second match. This is actually the first day of the round of 64. So yeah, technically this is the second match of round of 64. The qualifiers for the Swiss stage, the top 32. But yeah, the draft should be going there, and they do ban out the Baksha this time around. I do think they should definitely go for the 1-1 ban unless they want to pick it up for themselves. Anyways, intercasting this myself, Ray back again, and of course Sarah, what do you think? 1-1 ban, is it?
Yep, it is the 1-1 ban I am expecting this time around, but in case Team Salmanji decides not to do it and just go in for some kind of, maybe the EXP lane ban coming in and maybe the CC, because they did see the CC in the previous game, even though she didn't perform well, she was an important part of the whole thing. But it's the Zetian which get banned instead and the Baxia which gets taken out.
Interesting. They ban out a Zetian. Not sure why. I think unless decide if they pick it up for themselves. Interesting. Let's see what they have in store. This is an unexpected ban because last ban there was no Zetian. There was no Zetian ban either. So either way, this is a little bit out of a left field. What's the strategy behind it? They just wanna. I think this is just a bait ban. It's one of those stages where you just make sure since the opponent is first pick, it's basically just one, and right now they have to force to give away two. Okay, that is even more interesting. They had a lot of options. They had a Lapu Lapu. They had a lot of things open. They instead went for a very not so priority pick. That is the Sicilian. That is really interesting. Why though? And okay, the side of Team Salmon G looks like they really like those healers, and most likely gonna go for another utility. Most likely Fredrin this time around. What do you think, Sarah?
I do agree with you that the Fredrin would be a very good choice along with the Florine. Maybe even a Lucas could be picked up. But considering the fact Team Familia do have the Sicilian, they need something to reach the backline as well as secure that, the late game assurance for themselves.
Yeah, and with it, to see what happens, right? Oh, okay. Kadita picked up this time around. Finally, some fish. Considering your name is Salmon G, you should have picked up fish into the game number 1, right? Yeah, finally fish action, and knowing very well the fact that the Fredrin will most likely get picked out, they picked up the Fredrin for themselves. Not sure. Not. They can pick up the Matilda for themselves too right now because it will work well. They will give Fredrin the most needed shields, the mobility. Sicilian will also get some clutch shields and will get out of there with the Flask of Oasis just in case Rosa decides to burst him down. So I think a Matilda pick should be coming in right away unless they decide to go for something else. Maybe the roamer is not comfortable with it because of course playstyle is completely different, and yeah, the roamer decides to go for a hooker. It's gonna be the Franco, and to be fair, Franco, you know, his animation does he chop up a fish, so maybe they're going through with it and chop up Kadita 2 pieces. Like, yeah, Kadita, you have no business. And to be fair, yeah, he has suppression, so he can just take down Kadita anytime around. She will not be able to immune it. But oh, look at that. A fish and a panda.
Immediate counter. Yup, immediate counter. But okay, I was confused for a moment to see Akai getting picked up because they already had the Florian, but then I realized that, oh yeah, this guy is gonna go in the jungle. And Akai is such a good pick against the Fredrin and even the Franco. He has that constant heavy spin coming in with the silences, and that is going to be so very useful for the retribution steal and also cancelling Franco's suppression animation. So obviously here, team Salmon G have a very amazing draft, something I really like to see, the UBE showcase. But then again, Team Familia, they decide to ban out on the Irritel this time around, which means that Team Salmon G is definitely going to be having the option of picking up on the Claude or even the 1-1 once again, maybe the Moskov. Everything could be picked up by them, honestly, just because of the fact that they have such a strong front line because of the Akai and also such amazing heals thanks to the Florine. But with the Irritel getting banned out, I think that the Granger could very well be picked up, and now the 1-1 is gone too. This does mean that the Granger is a very good choice.
Absolutely, and since the Irritel is obviously not on the table, I'm actually, whenever Irritel is like banned out, it spells to me, pick Granger, and it surprises me when people do not pick up the Granger. Okay, 2 Petrify combos coming in from the hands of course, Salmon G. Interesting. They have a lot of crowd control actually into the table right now. But yeah, the Granger should, maybe they're just waiting to see what marksman they're going to be picking, so they can just pick out something that can counter him out very well. But to be fair, you know, Sarah, you have valid point glazing because Granger kind of counters out rest of the marksmen really well, especially once he gets his stack up. His spam is just too much, right? I mean, and nobody can handle spamming, right? Even in real life, spams can be annoying. But with it, oh, do they commit to the CC again? Won't be a bad pick because there's a lot of HP based damage, but neither will be Lapu Lapu. Interested to see their, again, Moskov, but if he's playing Moskov, I do hope his positioning is a little bit better because the micro was very, very lacking into the previous match. Flickers used like a, it was a skill. I would not recommend that. But yeah, last pick coming in, Lemon Boy, the prodigy that really changed the game around last time. What do you think, Sarah? What do you pick?
I do expect the 1-1 getting banned out. I do expect the Granger to be coming in.
There we go.
He decides to lock in on the Dayton just to equalize the amount of magic damage that both these teams have, especially with the Sicilian going on an arrival, retribution, all kinds of spells. You know, just a Sicilian being a Sicilian, the vampire boy doing his things. It's vampire boy versus lemon boy. We'll have to see who wins this one out. Oh, and I think there's a saying that lemon actually counters vampires, so that's something.
Yeah, that is a good point that you just brought out here. And that lemon is going to be using a time traveler right now with black holes too. That's crazy. I don't know if a vampire can handle all of that. But yeah, jokes aside, the draft is done. Ladies and gentlemen, both of the sides do look strong, especially with the abundance of crowd control there is. Florin is sitting, I mean, Florin overall is good. She will synergize with any team. It's the fact that which team she synergizes the best. This is one of those teams where, not bad. Not the best, not bad though. She will work. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Land of Dawn. This is, of course, Grand Fest 1. And we are going to be diving into the game number 2 of the second BO3 series. Round of 64, aka qualifiers for the 32 Swiss stage. Anyways, introducing this myself, Ray. And I'm joined by this beautiful lady, Sarah. So we go into the game. Let's see what happens this time around.
Absolutely, Ray. Oh, hey, Franco, you stay in your place, okay? They don't want you doing that shit. But, hey, Florian, you need to come out and provide the vision, man. He's not doing that though. And the Franco reads into it and misses this time.
Oi,
It was
hey, yo.
clever. It was very clever, I would say, but definitely misses out in the second time. And this time around, the Akai will try to retribute the Lord, but it won't be enough. And Fredrin is the one who gets it right away. Franco was caught out a little bit too low for his comfort. And where's the gold laner? Where is... Oh,
Damn.
not again. That
Unfortunate.
is so unfortunate. That just feels so sad for the Moscow. But then again, El Familia this time around will definitely be facing a major disadvantage, especially in the early game when they needed to take advantage of Fredrin's early game. But then again, we
Yeah.
never know what happens in the late game, so we'll have to wait and watch.
I would definitely just recommend Sicilian go to the gold lane and just try to, salvage all of the gold right now, because of course Moskov is not there to take it, and Franco stay in the mid lane. I recommend that, but they are not doing it. They should definitely do that, because that way they don't lose the gold. They get Franco to level 4 faster, and they just stall the game a little bit while. But a little bit of pressure there, but it's all gonna be good. Purify used though, a little early, is it? Nah, it's all good. But Akai coming in from behind pins him down.
Oh, we can see the Akai doing what he does the best, and Lemon Boy will be the one securing the kill onto the Fredrin, and Yuki also gets the kill secured onto Franco. But this time around, Salmonji is already having that early game domination, and they are waiting to just take down the objectives in their favor, salvage as much of that team fight, as much as possible before the Moskov comes back.
And with it, 0 for 3, Salmon G. Oh, that kind of rhyme, but okay, they might just go for it. Look at that. Akai gets a turtle though, but onto the other side. Let's see. Oh, the engage is still going in. Not much though. They don't engage because they don't have a member. It's a 4v5, and I would not recommend it.
Exactly. It's honestly such an unfortunate situation to see it being a 4v5 at this stage, but this is really uncalled for, and we cannot do anything to help them. And at this point, Salmonji is just farming up as much as possible. And I don't know, why the Nathan is fighting so passively even when there is no one in his lane. So obviously here he needs to be a little more aggressive, and take advantage of the Moskov not being there so that he can just snowball everything.
I think they're kind of suffering because of Sukuyumi will get taken down right now, and it's all good. Yeah, basically what I was mentioning, of course, to anybody, if you have a offline teammate, just go to that lane. Oh, what is that hook? Damn! But no ultimate. That's the thing I was mentioning. Franco should have stayed mid lane, get the minions, and Sicilian should have stayed into bottom lane. They should have organized that, but looks like they're kind of struggling with communications and rotations right now, and they're just ultimately suffering. Franco is still level 3. No ults.
That's what, and look at Yuki just dancing around at the back line, but the bravest fighter does hit properly though, and Kazumi actually manages to find a kill this time around. There comes the rough waves, and it was just a little short of taking down Kazumi's life while Lemon Boy onto his bot side. This time around, finally understanding the situation and taking down that turret all in his favor, but he is in a little bit of a difficult position between the Fredrin and the Franco, but he just decides to back off.
Yeah, and I just think if they continue to do these rotations, Franco is not going to be level 4 anytime soon. He's still level 3. That's an insane deficit they're on right now. Yes, the rest of the members have gotten to level 6, and as well as the jungler has gotten to level 7. Oh, good pressure coming in from Rosa, but look at that. The Akai coming in, Sarah.
Yep, Yuki with that advantage onto the red tree will secure it right away, and Kazumi will get bursted this time around just because of the Nathan being there in the team fight. But look at the Yuzhong, goes onto the backline, secures the kill onto Tsukuyomi, Edna, and this time even the Fredrin will get taken down right away, and it doesn't look like Moskov is going to be back anytime soon. So what is it all Familia going to do? They are losing more and more every second, but is he finally
Oh,
back?
he's back.
Can we really see Sun in action?
Son, because he has so many N, right? But yeah, Son. Not sure, man, what he's gonna do. He's level 4 and Lemon Boy is level 7. That is an insane. Look at Franco. He's just suffering all the all the mishap of what happened, and with it, is that him though? Or is it the bot? Because he's like very far away. Oh no, okay, it's him. It's
No,
him. Yeah, it's him.
him. The tournament lobby, we don't get bots here. That's just
Oh, I
something.
don't know because I am not a player,
Yeah,
sadly.
yeah, it's fine.
Ah,
It's
it's done.
fine.
Right,
But
that's
that was a smart skill one coming in from the Kadita though, and definitely just baited out Sicilian's Purify just like that. So definitely going to be a disadvantage at the turtle. And now I think it's going to be the Nathan who is just so ahead in farm of the Moskov, and he is also so very aware of the positionings, and he is playing so safe that will really make things a lot easier for the side of Team Salmon G right now. And even the Kadita is marking down the Sicilian very well and zoning him out of the team fights, so that's definitely going to be making a difference. But look at that, he's trying to go in for the Petrify and will use up the Flicker, but Edna is there for the backup. Another Petrify. That is too much for Moskov to handle, but the hook onto Edna. Oh my goodness, that flicker combo was so very accurate, and Edna will finally be taken down under the turret, and even Florian's heals weren't enough to save him.
That was a good hook though, obviously. Really great, but it's kind of funny. Moskov dodged one Petrify to walk into another one. That is just irony at its best, but Yuki will get a turtle for himself. 249 score right now. Having a member AFK really impacted their performance, and with it, FEAI is right now into that defensive spot where they have to make a comeback. Obviously, they got a kill on Edna. That shutdown really gave them a little bit of gold, but still the side of Salmon G with 5,000 ahead. What they're gonna do? Oh, Akai getting a little bit of pressure right there, but just spins away and will be all okay. And let's look at the turrets though. Bottom lane tier 1 is down. The mid tier 1 is also gone. Top tier 2 though, that's standing strong for the hands of FEAI. So at least one thing, they're kind of positive about it. But rest of it, let's see, none of the other turrets have been taken down. And the level difference is showing up. Oh, Lemon Boy getting a little bit of pressure there.
Yep, definitely getting to the pressure. Hey! Oh, but the Florian's heals just on time and so very effective, I would say. So very effective, especially combined with the plus. So definitely here, that Nathan just managed to survive such a huge amount of skills being used up on him. And Yuki here zoning them all out and not really, you know, Tsukuyomi's damage just isn't enough to take him down. But, Karita goes in with the rough waves. Will miss the majority of the damage coming in, but will definitely find the kill right away.
Oh, Moskov trying to get into the scene, but of course he's not going to be able to do much. Oh, top lane, look at that. The Lapu getting pinned down against the wall. And Kazumi will also get taken down. And Moskov will provide the SOD, but it's not going to be enough. But yeah, that heal, you know, it did come in clutch, but I was just gonna say, if Redden even had like 2 more damage, the Nathan was down right there. The heal wouldn't have saved him from that. But yeah, that was, I would say, a little bit of luck mixed with a little bit of coordination, a 50-50. But with that 2-4-12, 6,000 gold lead for the hands of Salmon G. Back again, and they're making bounce back with the gold, because of course losing Yuki gave them a little bit of bounty gold. Oh, 3-man knockup! What is that? Nasty job.
Absolutely. Oh, but the 4-man stun coming in answer to that Ray. But obviously, Nathan will just be wiping them out. Not enough farm or damage from the side of Adol Familia. And that was such a beautiful thing. 3-man knockup followed by a 4-man stun. And obviously here, both these teams. Oh, another 2-man taunt as well. So it's just CC on CC on CC. And look at the, oh, but the suppression coming in right on time. But not enough. Edna will get the knockup right onto Franco. And Franco is the one who goes down despite ethereal. Oh, sorry. Is it? Oh my goodness. Ethereal. Okay, anyway, whatever it is. And there goes the rough waves on towards the backside. Sun, I don't know why he went in despite having a farm deficit, but definitely will be losing his life right there.
Yeah, and they're still trying to go in and engage. There comes a blessing from the Florian, and they will be healing up, and they will just retreat for now, but 2 for 17 score. Not many kills, not much gold, but that, that was a beautiful ultimate from Lapu Lapu. If only he had damage and sustain, that would have been a very clip-worthy thing, but ultimately, it's like that expectations versus reality meme, Expectations is like Sanford, and reality is just that you get bursted out of the map, and you don't really get the moment to shine. That's kind of sad, but yeah, highlighting it. 10,000 gold lead into the hands of Salmon G. They are just fully capitalized. And with it, they'll just walk in, most likely take down the tier 2 as well with no issues. The Lord will pressure down that. Oh, that is a beautiful hook coming in, and they're going to be taking down Ethereal right away. But the Kadita does respond back a little bit. But I think it's going to be all good. They will retreat for now because they don't have the heals anymore and should regroup. Oh, this Franco does not stop. Shut down after shut down. What's happening? Looks like he's channeling something inside, and he got the hooks in. They should retreat right now, though. They don't have members.
Exactly. So it's like the Franco is finally locked in. Like when he actually has a damage dealer behind
right
him.
when you said it.
Exactly. He has just locked in, and but unfortunately his locked in stance ended just like 10 seconds ago, but that's okay because right at this moment Adol Familia still has a 9k gold deficit, and UK seems to have a lot of frontline in his favor to provide for Lemon Boy as well as Rosa to try and take down the inhibitors as well as the enemy heroes, and that is exactly what they would be looking to do. They might just freeze all the waves and just go in for the Lord eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. And with it, let's just see what happens, because so far, Salmon G... Oh, the stun comes in, and they might just be able to take down Yuki over here, but he's still sustaining. The heal might just be coming in. The Flask of Voices is not gonna be helping him. He gets taken down. And with it, one member less? What's their plan? Just defend?
Just go back and fall back, I guess, because at this point, honestly, like the Lord is still 40 seconds away, and Enna will be back quite early. Like even before the Lord, he should be quite early. You know what? And onto it, the itemization though, the Karita went in for a Genius Wand as well as the Divine Glaives. That's but the Franco one more time. Oh, but not enough. It's not enough. Lemon Boy monster killed right away. He takes them down, and even Kazumi is in danger here. He will go down. Most definitely, he will go down. And Tsukuyomi, his damage is there. He does have the damage, but he doesn't have the front line. But look at the Moskov getting taken down. Oh, but he doesn't. Will he be able to survive this? Oh, he used up the flicker. He actually survives everything, and with just one flicker getting used up. So that is definitely something very, very nice for the side of Adol Familia, just staying online a little bit longer, delaying the evident, I guess, unless Moskov and Sicilian pull up a miracle.
Not really sure if they can do that, because look at that. 2 Lords for the hands of course, Yuki right now. And with it, 5-19 scoreboard, we can clearly see the goal difference has set up back again. 9,000, 6 threats in, 0 on the hands of Familia. And they're just not really able to do much into this game. Moskov still needs so much time to scale back up due to his absence. And right now, another beautiful hook. Look at that, Sarah. They get Ithiromel. Looks like that hook got a magnet right now, and it's attached to the other end. It's gonna be the Florin.
Exactly. So, and we could also say that the Florid is just playing a little too off position, I would say. That's kind of unfortunate, and the fact she has just the Revitalize on her makes things a lot harder for the side of Salmon G, but this time around the Lord will take down the mid inhibitor. And now look at Yuki on with the head, and will definitely find Lilo right there, and even the rough waves has been used up, and Son is going to be caught out very low. There comes Edna, and he will get the double kill onto Sun right there, and Lemon Boy with the godlike, and the double kill onto Kazumi will definitely secure the base for the side of Salmon G. A clean sweep once more.
Kind of an extended one, but overall a clean sweep indeed. The side of course, Team Salmon G will definitely eat some salmon tonight with this win, right? But yeah, they're going to be qualifying for the top 32, aka the Swiss stage, because after all, this tournament is the LAN one, which is going to be happening in October 16, 17, 18 later on, and these teams are working really hard. Unfortunately, though, there was a little bit of unfortunate circumstances. Their Moskov was offline for majority of the game, but even when he was back, it was not much. But overall, 100% team fight, because of course Sebastian was bringing the kills right to the plate, like, yo, take it, but it was just not enough. Overall though, I would definitely say the highlight was the first game where I believe both of the teams got a chance to shine and were able to showcase their skills, but ultimately the side of Team Salmon G were able to come out on top. Wishing the best to the side of Team Familia, and I do hope to see them in more tournaments, and I hope they come back stronger. And I hope, man, the Moskov curse is just really heavy tonight, isn't it, Sarah?
Absolutely heavy tonight because whoever has been picking it just doesn't seem to be winning it out anymore. But then again, huge props to Team Salmon G here for taking their opponents down and securing and being the second team to securing that position up until the Swiss stages. So definitely here, this was game 2 of day 1 in the round of 64 in the MEA x FEAI Grand Fest 1, a Mobile Legends LAN tournament, and it's not just Mobile Legends. We have a lot of games waiting for everyone. There's BGMI, there's Dota 2, there is FC, and a lot more. So don't forget to tune in to MEA YouTube because this is in collaboration with Dante's Esports, powered by Vista Games, sponsored by CK Hyundai, and our internet partner is NextGen. So definitely here, this was it for day 1 for the round of 64. We will be back tomorrow with more exciting games. This was me, your caster Sarah, alongside Ray, and we will be back.